Hello all and welcome back. In this video we are going to cover Amazon DynamoDB Global Secondary Indexes followed by a quick demo. Amazon DynamoDB supports two kinds of secondary indexes, local and global. Global Secondary Indexes or GSI are indexes that contain partition or a composite partition and sort key that can be different from the keys in the base table on which the index is created. Global Secondary Index is considered global because queries on the index can actually span all items in a table across all partitions. You can create multiple secondary indexes on a table and query against them. GSI support non-unique attributes, that is, the partition or the partition sort key combination does not have to be unique, which increases query flexibility by enabling queries against any non-key attribute in the table. The global secondary indexes only supports eventual consistency. Data in the secondary index consists of GSI alternate key, primary key, and attributes that are projected or copied from the table into the index. Attributes that are not part of the GSI key, the primary key of the table, or the projected attributes are not returned on querying the GSI index. GSIs manage throughput independently of the base table. The provisioned throughput for the table and each associated global secondary index needs to be specified at the creation time. If the write throughput capacity of the secondary index is not sufficient, it would lead to throttling on the global secondary index, and this would also affect the base table. In this demo, we would be demoing the DynamoDB Global Secondary Indexes. Let's navigate to the DynamoDB console. We are going to create a simple orders table with order ID, user ID, order date, total amount, and the delivered fields. Let's create the DynamoDB table. Name the table orders. Base table would have the order ID as the partition key, which would be unique across the table and allows us to query for orders using the order ID. Let's use order ID as our partition key with the type number. We will leave the sort key blank. Let's customize the settings. Table class standard, provisioned capacity mode, auto scaling turned off for both read and write capacity, and let's use 5 units for the read and write capacity units. The estimated read-write capacity cost is $2.91 per month. Global secondary indexes can be created at the table creation time or even after the table has been created. Let's create the global secondary index while creating the table. With the base table, we are only able to query using the order ID. If we have a use case to calculate the total value of the purchases for a particular customer over a date range, we can't achieve this using the query operation on the table. To cater to this use case, we would create a global secondary index with a partition key of user ID and a sort key of ordered date. We'll project the total amount attribute. Let's click on the Create Global Secondary Index. Enter user ID as the partition key with the number data type. Use ordered date as the sort key with the number data type. The combination of the user ID and ordered date doesn't have to be unique. Attribute projections help configure attributes that would be copied from the base table to the secondary index and can be returned with the query operation. Attributes not projected will not be returned. We will keep the default all, which will project all the attributes. By default, the read and write capacity is the same as the base table. Let's go ahead and create the secondary index. The total cost and the read-write capacity has now doubled. We will delete this global secondary index and create it after the table creation. Let's proceed with the table creation. Encryption with the default Dynamo keys. Delete protection turned off for now. Let's go ahead and create the orders table. Let's navigate back to the table and click on the Explore Table Items. With query operation on the base table, we can now query only using the order ID partition key. All other operations would require or trigger a scan operation, which is not performant, neither cost efficient. Let's now create our global secondary index. Let's navigate back to the orders table. Click on the Indexes tab. We only have the option to create the global secondary index here. We can't create local secondary indexes after the table has been created. Let's create the index. We get the same interface as before, but now we have the ability to configure the index capacity. Let's enter user ID as the partition key with the number data type. Order date as the sort key with the number data type. For the index capacity, we can either copy it from the base table or customize the settings. With customization, you can set auto scaling and change the read-write capacity if you feel the GSI would be used more than the base table. For now, we'll keep it the same as the base table with auto scaling turned off and 5 read-write capacity units. Let's project all the attributes and create the global secondary index. The global secondary index does take some time to be created. Let's wait for it. And the index is now in the active status. Let's explore the table items now. With query operation, you can now select both the base table or the secondary index. Let's quickly add some items to the table for testing. Partition key order ID with a value of 100. Number data type for user ID with a value of 100. Number data type for order date with a value of 2023-06-21. Number data type for total amount with a value of 250. And a Boolean attribute for delivered with the value false. Let's create the item. I have some more sample data that I am going to quickly insert using the JSON view. We now have 6 items with unique order IDs, while we have some repeat orders for the user ID 100. Let's explore and query the data. We'll first query on the base table. If we search for 100 as the order ID, we receive exactly one record. Let's now perform the query operation on the secondary index. Select the secondary index and it would give you the partition key and the sort key to query on. Let's use 100 as the user ID to query the index, and it returns 3 results. We can now use the sort key ordered date to query as well. Let's select greater than and enter the date. And it returns only 2 records, filtering out 1 record which does not match the date criteria. By default, the result is ordered by ordered date ascending. Let's select sort descending and run the query. And the results are now sorted by ordered date in the descending order. You can also select the projected attributes to be returned with the query. Let's use specific attributes and the total amount as the attribute, and it returns only that attribute. So that's it for the demo on DynamoDB Global Secondary Indexes. I hope you liked the demo. Thank you all.
Alright, that was it. Thank you for watching. You can check out my website and connect me on LinkedIn and Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. For any feedback, please leave a comment down below. To see more videos like this in the future, hit the subscribe button. Thank you.